on day 5 of our Utah motorcycle trip, we once again entered the Poison Springs Canyon. We have plans today to push farther into Canyonlands National Park, as our destination is the rock formation known as the Dollhouse. The out and back trip to the Dollhouse will require a bit more fuel than our bikes can carry, even with all of us having larger aftermarket fuel tanks. We did the math and made a plan, and Patrick hauled a full 5-gallon fuel tank that we hid off the side of the road to split between us on our way back. Once again, we're joined by Mike. He's left the 890 at the RV site and is riding his Husqvarna 501 on the trails today. Mike is definitely the most talented rider we have in the group, and he's even faster on his 501. I tried to ride with him and get some footage, but he easily left me behind as he was feeling completely comfortable on this trail. He was certainly enjoying himself as he was gushing about this ride whenever we stopped for a break. His joy was certainly contagious, with all of us having a good time on today's ride. As always, these hill climbs don't look nearly as steep or as difficult on camera as they are when you're riding them. Good old Mike, though, powered up easily and was there to shoot pictures of everyone else coming up behind him. Eventually, you descend into this wide open valley. The terrain changes with little warning between sandy 2-track, deep sand, and exposed rock, getting all the more demanding as you progress. We unfortunately didn't make it all the way to our destination of the dollhouse. At around 2:30 p.m., we had come through some technical parts of the terrain that were a bit up on the level of difficulty compared to the rest of the ride. Late in the day, and not knowing how much more challenging it would get, we decided to turn around and start back. Unfortunately, John had a bit of a get-off in one of these technical sections, and we found that getting going again was tough and certainly taxing on our energy, which made the rest of the obstacles that much more strenuous. On the way back out, I had a few things click for me and felt a whole lot more comfortable on the bike and was practicing some of my fundamentals. Riding every day for a full week and focusing on things, I felt like my riding has definitely leveled up this week. I was really enjoying throwing the bike around in my sit-down turns coming back through the canyon. Unfortunately, on the return trip, the camera batteries for both of my cameras ran out on me. After zooming away from me in the morning, Mike was taking it easy and letting me ride with him, and we were enjoying the curving canyon road when Mike's front wheel lost traction and tucked on him during an easy curve. He had what looked to me as a slow, minor low-side crash, ending with his bike across the trail. Unfortunately, his boot had become trapped under the bike, and while his body rolled a bit, he broke his leg in 3 places. After using his iPhone to contact 911 via satellite, he declined their only offer that they had of a helicopter extraction. So we sent the rest of the group ahead to secure a truck and come and get him and his bike. I stayed with him and there wasn't much to do except make sure he was comfortable, keep him company, watch the shadows creep across the canyon, and do a little drone flying. So that's exactly what we did. JT and Gina got both us and our bikes out, and John H. drove Mike to the hospital. After surgery, Mike was able to fly home a few days later and is currently recovering. It was a somber end to what started out as our best day yet.